So today we've got four fantastic speakers that we're going to hear different stories. We deliberately in this event try and mix up different industries, some that are dealing more business to consumer, some that are dealing more in the business to business world. We're going to start with Craig Saunders, who's Head of Applied Science at Amazon Alexa, talking about how Alexa continues to learn. We're going to then hear from Sander Kuig from Canon about what Canon's doing around services, innovation and development. Homero Resendez, Head of Digital at CEMEX, is going to talk about the way that digital is changing that industry. And then Wolfenden, Vice President at CISCO, is going to talk a bit about CISCO's work on customer experience. So a really interesting range of presentations from different people with some unifying themes around digital technologies and how they shape both business models and customer experiences.
My presentation was about how organizations can position strategically their next generation of services and focus more specifically about the customer experience, which is really in the heart of digital transformation. In this talk specifically, I spoke about how organizations strategically can position the next generation of service between three realms, which is the digital and the physical and the social. And this could act as a guideline for them about the future services and how to position that right to their customers. Obviously, there's a lot of opportunities to do that, but also a lot of challenges, which is they have to consider when they intersect between the digital, physical and social realm.
So in the session today, it was all about being disrupted or being a disruptor. So what I talked about is, of course, you need to be both. And at CISCO, we're being disrupted, actually not by the market, not by our competitors, but by our customers. Because transforming digitally is so hard, and it's getting harder. The gap between capability to be able to transform your own company and the availability of tools to be able to do it yourself is getting wider.
I learned a lot from the Amazon experience because we are really trying to apply some artificial intelligence and voice recognition to our solution. So it was great to hear the Amazon experience with Alexa. Also learning from Canon how they are developing the service evolution using the digital technologies was a key experience that we need to leverage from. For sure, CISCO, we have been using CISCO technologies and hearing the conference from CISCO related to how they are transforming the way they serve their customers and the journey that they follow to really, from basic transactions to really supporting the customers in the day-to-day of the transformation journey was really an extraordinary learning for me.
New technologies are everywhere, new technologies are there to stay. New technology also influence our lives. But what I think is most important to take away is that we need to consider the humans, need to consider the organization, the culture that needs to be changing, because technology is one thing, but people and the organization is the second part. So I think that is a key takeaway. If I look at the other presentations that we saw today, similar kind of messages. It's not only about technology, it's also about transforming the organization, transforming your customers, get closer to your customers, build to the needs of your customers. So I think that complements the phase where we are right now. Really, the new technologies are there. I think there are a lot of possibilities, but we need to look at the complete picture. Organizations, your own organization, your customers' organization, their end customers, everybody in that whole value chain needs to be adopting the technologies and needs to move forward and change.
So it's been a great session, and it's been great to be amongst my peer professionals in the industry. My big takeaway today is we're not alone. There's a lot of consistency between the themes, treating customers differently, actually listening to what they're telling us. That's kind of the big standout theme for me. And then being able to re-architect ourselves to match that customer requirement. Many of us, I'm sure, go to sleep at night thinking, of course we're customer-centric. Who wouldn't be? But when you really examine yourselves, few of us actually are. Especially if you've been long established, you get into a groove, and it's easy to rest on those laurels. My big takeaway today is that we're kind of at the same tipping point across the industry, and we need to start to move.